Okay, good evening. We are recording the proficiency lesson the 25th of April for those who are not able to attend it, and it will shortly be uploaded on my channel. Okay, now, eh, what you are describing there reminds me very much of this particular exercise. It actually reminds me of two exercises. It reminds me of the listening. Um,
We will have to match
Speakers with. That's right.
yes,
Um,
speakers with
what they say.
yeah,
Yeah. So who says what?
yeah,
Okay. And then of course you have to be watchful for those tiny details, as you very correctly said. But it also reminds me of the last reading where you have um, four similar texts. For example, four texts describing hotels.
yes,
Okay, and 10 questions asking, for example, which is a good place to go if you have a pet. So only one of them says that pets are welcome.
yeah,
Okay, or which is good for someone who is interested in outdoor activities. And only one of them says that you can attend action activities like bungee jumping and whatever. And of course, as you very correctly pointed out in the German exam, you have to be quite watchful of and pick out the tiny details which will lead you
yeah,
to the correct
because there
answer.
could be two. Oh, and in the German exam, there is also one speaker who doesn't match with any of the advertisements.
Yeah.
And you put a zero there.
Oh, you have to put zero.
Yeah, you have to put. There's always one who doesn't match with the advertisement, but yeah,
Is it not just enough to skip him?
uh,
Not to mention him? Come on, no, never mind. Okay, this is a
you
technicality.
must put a zero because yeah, that's how the exam works.
Anyway, now uh, in the new proficiency exam, the gap filling only has 8 gaps. In the one in the scary bit, it had 15.
Yes.
Okay, so would you like to have a look at this and just write down complete the gaps and then we discuss it. It isn't particularly difficult, this one, and I'll make a prediction about which ones I believe you will find. Okay. Your the answer I'm sure you'll find are nine.
Um, um, thinking. Uh,
Number nine, you will not find it. I'm sorry to say. Although you should, because we have discussed it. It's grammar we have discussed. So if you find nine, respect, total
should
respect.
he? I remember.
My jaw just dropped. I just lost my jaw. Wow, wow. Okay,
Like if he,
excellent. But why can't you say if he? Why?
because if he asks,
You got it. You got it. Okay, now no more spoilers.
yeah.
Get on with it, and we'll discuss it when you're ready.
Can we put two words?
As alternatives or two words that will go together. Like for example, in spite.
Yes.
No, you can't. You
Oh,
can't. You can say things like will slash shall. You can
mm.
say can slash could, but you can't say this and that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is mandatory. It's one word only. Now, I'm not quite sure about one. I'm sure you found two. I'm sure you found three. Not quite sure about four. Sure about five. And six. Could be, let's go. Not so sure about seven. Yes about eight. I doubted nine, but you found it. Sure about 10. Sure about 11. Not so sure about 12. Not so sure about 15. Definite, confident about 14 and 15. Am I right? Can I tell you again which ones I believe you found? And you tell me if I'm right. I'll tell you again which ones I'm sure you found. 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 14, and 15.
I have found it.
Haven't?
Haven't.
Okay, alright. Anyway, that's kind of in the ballpark. Okay, let's go. Describe the musical quality of the asshole body. You need a real skill to annoy you so much. Okay, Λοιπόν, she has been built in.
Could you say many data on him?
You could, but no.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Very, very difficult. Very, very
Building
hard.
on.
No. But when I tell you the word, you will say, "Oh my God, was it that simple?" She has been
Building up.
building up.
I think I've heard the expression.
Okay, build up, compile, collect. Okay, data on him. Pepperberg, αστείο.
Very, really.
Okay,
Could
ωραία.
you say very recently published book?
Και εδώ το κόμμα κολλάει. Δεν θα είχε ακόμα. Pepperberg very recently published a book. Πού είναι το ή the book. Pepperberg very recently published the book, the Alex Studies. Και μετά, δεύτερο ρήμα. Pepperberg published the book, makes fascinating reading. This refers to her book. So we have to conclude that published is an adjective to the book. Και πρέπει επίσης να σας κατευθύνουν λίγο τα δύο κόμματα. Pepperberg, κόμμα, ξανακόμμα, claims, αυτό το ρήμα έχει αυτό σαν υποκείμενο. Η Pepperberg ισχυρίζεται ότι ο Alex, bla bla bla, bla bla. Είπατε who, είναι whose, της οποίας το πρόσφατα εκδομένο, δημοσιευμένο βιβλίο. Okay. Pepperberg, whose, το whose το...
Yes.
Αυτό το whose.
Yes.
Okay. Whose recently published book, The Alex Studies Makes Fascinating Reading, claims Alex does go with speech, but intentionally use words to get whatever, excellent, but also what? To get whatever or what it is that he wants. In actual
Sense.
very close. Okay. Αν δεν υπήρχε το in actual, θα ήταν πολύ πιο απλά τα πράγματα.
Actually.
Όχι, αν δεν υπήρχε το actual και ήταν in
In reality.
Excellent. I wasn't thinking of that, but this is also correct.
In addition.
No. Well, yeah, it could be. It could be. Why not? Why not? Think a bit of in reality and make it simpler.
Real.
In fact. But in addition, yeah, why not? Excuse me. Καλησπέρα Γεωργία, χρόνια πολλά. Μια χαρά, αληθώς. Χάλια. Έφυγα άρρωστος από την Αθήνα και γύρισα χειρότερα. Με ένα δίχα απίστευτο, άστα να πάνε. Τέλος πάντων, εντάξει, τι να κάνουμε. Ναι, κάτι τέτοιο πρέπει να είναι, αφού πρώτο Πάσχα που δεν κολλήθησα. Λόγω των παιδιών φαντάζομαι, έτσι. Ναι. Σαφώς. Όλα καλά, δόξα τω Θεώ. Έχω μάθημα αυτή τη στιγμή, θα τα πούμε σε κάποια άλλη φάση. Έτσι. Καλά είσαι, όλα καλά. Πάντα καλά. Έγινε, μιλάμε. Πολλά φιλιά. Bye, take care. Yeah. Okay, so in actual fact, identical dose of a 5-year-old child. 5.
Despite.
Όχι.
As,
Όχι.
because it says as a child, Alex learning.
Ναι. Πάρα πολύ σωστά. Πολύ σωστά αυτό το άσμα, δεν είναι άσμα. Αλλά είναι πάρα πολύ κοντά. You're thinking of όπως ενός παιδιού. How will you say όπως ενός παιδιού? Like a child. Like a child, Alex's learning has been a steady progression. Βέβαια εδώ κανείς δεν θα μπορούσε να ξέρει. I mean, we're not scientists, so theoretically we don't say unlike a child.
Yeah.
Okay. Early on, he could. Thank you. Early on, he could vocalize. Another possibility, he would vocalize. Whether two things were the same or different. Now, he carries.
Men.
Not
On. Carries on.
No. Εκτελεί. Δεν μπορεί να το ξέρετε. Μισό λεπτό. Το είχατε σίγουρα το κινητό. Να το ξέρετε. Όχι, δεν το είχα σίγουρα. Οκ. Εκτελεί. Carries out. Carry out a task. Carry out an experiment. Carry out orders. Carry out a survey. Carry out. Perform. Do. Carries out more common tasks. Presented.
To.
No.
by.
No. With. Presented with. Δηλαδή, given the different colored balls and blocks, presented with these balls and asked the number. Εδώ εννοεί if he is presented or when he is presented. Και τα δύο, και αυτό, εννοείται το if he is presented και το when he is presented. Okay.
Yes.
And if asked the number of red balls, blocks, he'll answer correctly. He requests things as well. Should he ask to sit on your shoulder and you put him somewhere else or anywhere else, και τα δύο δεν είναι σωστά, he will complain when I go shoulder. 11.
I thought of many, but it is of a number of, like a percentage of those products.
Okay, you are in the right direction. Actually, guys, when I tell you what is 11, you might feel embarrassed because this is B or C class grammar. But you are in the right track. A few experts remain skeptical, seeing very quite the opposite. A few experts don't believe all that. Okay, so here she makes the argument that Alex is actually clever, but a few experts don't believe her so much.
Seeing very little.
Thank you. Seeing very little in Alex's performance beyond learned by association. 13. Το έχουμε κάνει σαν γραμματική. Παρόλο που δεν το είχα στα σίγουρα. It's very difficult, but we've done it. How did the fireman rescue the little kitten from the tree? By of a ladder.
With the help.
This is the idea, with the help of. By? Το έχετε. By means of. By means. Και υπάρχει και φράση by no means, meaning no way, and by all means, meaning yes of course. Okay, by means of intensive training. Yet, αυτό το yet εδώ καταλαβαίνω τι σημαίνει however, yet Alex appears to have mastered simple way communications as parents. Alex may surprise us all further. Okay. Yeah, not easy. Okay. Would you like to have a look at the derivatives?
Okay. These are my favorite.
Δεν ξέρω όμως, μόνο αυτό που είναι δυστυχώς, να το μικρύνω. Okay. I can't, wait a minute, 75% then goes to 100%, but 75, δεν μπορεί να πας στο διάμεσο, δεν μπορεί να πας στο 90%, μισό, κρύψω αυτό, θα υπάρχει αυτό. Εγώ δεν θέλω να ask the AI assistant να κάνει τι σημαίνει αυτό. Okay.
Right. You should scroll down just a bit because
Yeah.
that's the last one.
Excellent. We got it. Τέλος. Okay.
What is the ubiquitous?
Ubiquitous. I mean, even the pronunciation is ridiculous. Ubiquitous means ever present. Πανταχού παρούσα χρήση της βανίλιας. Ubiquitous. Appearing everywhere. Okay, the only difference between the old format and the new format now is that just in the number. In the old one there used to be 10 gaps, in the new one there's only 8. Okay, that's all. You have them all with the possible exception of 17.
Yeah.
So, 16?
Recognizable.
Recognizable. Thank you. Both with S and Z are correct. Okay. Recognizable.
I've never seen it written like that. It seems wrong for some reason.
No, all the I's.
Yeah.
Maximize, minimize, jeopardize. Okay, they're all spelled with both S and Z. I don't remember which is American, which is English, but they're both acceptable. Okay, so No? Yeah, recognizable. Okay, 17.
And
Ripens. Ripens.
I put ripens.
No. Ripens.
What is-
Οριμάζει. Ripe, όριμο, ripen, οριμάζω. Για φρούτα.
And ripens. Ripens.
Τρίτο πρόσωπο, ναι. Αυτό είναι ρήμα. Επίσης, δεν ξέρω αν καταλάβουμε ότι αυτό είναι ρήμα. A narrow bean-like pod forms, σχηματίζεται, and ripens, only if you figure out that forms is a verb, only then would you find ripens. Can you verify some ones to reach
Maturity.
maturity. Να φτάσει στην οριμότητα, στην ενηλικίωση, ας πούμε. Is this pod which harvest provide the food probably known as Manila? Despite some American origins, the case was only cultivated extensively, thank you, on the Indian Ocean island of Madagascar. It soon became clear that the vanilla grown there was of a quality unknown in other areas. Excellent. It was unique in a way.
Yes.
And the island quickly became one of the world's major suppliers. Πάρα πολύ ωραία.
suppliers.
Yes, of course.
Suppliers.
Yeah.
Is it suppliers?
Suppliers.
Okay.
No, suppliers. Okay. AI assistant. Man. Δεν θέλουμε AI assistant. Okay, in recent years, however, new competitors, excellent, have entered the vanilla market and,
Consequently,
of course, Madagascar's importance has started to
could you
switch.
say and in consequence, like if it weren't for this?
In consequence. We could say as a result, but not in consequence. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know if the expression exists, but it came to my mind.
Let's look it up. It sounds perfectly reasonable, but
Because it translates to κατά συνέπεια.
yeah, no, you're right. Let's see. Not as you put it. It's not the same as consequently, but it's in. Hang on. The scheme was subsequently abandoned in consequence of. Άρα είναι απαραίτητο να συνεχίσει με all. It has been accumulated and shipboard director a grudge in consequence. So I can't see starting a sentence, begin a sentence with in consequence, just like we say consequently, or like very correctly said, κατά συνέπεια. No, it doesn't seem to be appropriate. The approach line of compensation payable in consequence of injury. Σαν συνέπεια. We say as a result, but we don't say in consequence, or at least not in this way. Okay, but it was of course a very good guess and a very good question. Of course, the
Emergency.
emergence.
Emergence. Yeah.
Υπάρχει emergency, but it means something entirely different. So the right one is Okay. The correct one is emergence, meaning surfacing, anadisi. Exactly, the appearance of. Emergency means we all know what emergency means. Hospitals. Έκτακτο περιστατικό. Yeah. Okay. So in an emergency situations, leave the house immediately, etc. Okay. But the emergence of new markets, while development of artificial substitutes is
Threatening.
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 Is threatening to undermine. Δεν είναι is threatened, το is threatened θα πήγαινε ανάποδα. Demand of the real thing is threatened because of the development of artificial substitutes. Απειλείται. Εδώ όμως είναι απειλή. Okay. Bravo, guys. Bravo. You did very, very well. For the last 5 minutes, would you like to watch a video? Okay, I found a historical video which you might be interested in.
I like historical videos.
Okay, I will show about that. Right, but first I need to pause this, otherwise